Good morning. It's the late night ops. Don't call me cops. It's just the late night ops. Hey, I want to give some props to the Washington football team. We'll call them that for now. The Redskins. Shout out to the Redskins who are for. I mean, I guess to kind of get it. It is kind of a fucking racist name, I guess. Because if you had like the black skins or like yellow skins, it would all be very bad. So it's just kind of like a tradition. The Washington Redskins, the Dallas Cowboys. So I mean, I kind of like that, but I get it. Shout out to them beating the Steelers, knocking off their fucking perfect season. I don't want to be bitter, but kind of like that. And shout out to Alex Smith for having like probably one of the most inspiring, NFL stories, careers that I've seen. Cause I mean, we all saw this dude snap his fucking leg in half, basically. And then miss like 700 days and then come back. I noticed that the first game he was back was against the Bengals. And that same game that he first came back in, fucking Joe Burrow. And breaks his fucking ACL, whatever you do to an ACL, tear it, rip it. Yeah, I mean, I know from Madden that an ACL tear is like, you know, cap the season on you. So yeah, 11-1 Steelers. That's fucking fine, but you know, I got confused because they were saying like no team has had a perfect season since the like 76 Dolphins or something like that. But they mean all the way through, because the Patriots did it, but they lost to the Giants, so they didn't have a perfect season. I think that's how it worked. So there will be no perfect season in Pittsburgh. Hey, the ops was under the fucking weather, so we got under the covers and slept it off. I don't know what happened, but the ops had a fucking basically like a migraine. So I turned off every fucking light, I turned off every TV, every computer, every screen, even most of the lamps. And I just opted into okay, if I just stay still, then my head won't hurt. And I kind of got freaked out a little bit by it. But it's weird because it's almost like I feel like the ops is going into ops phase 2, realizing some stuff, like the live stream. That didn't happen last night because I'm planning on doing a recorded one, no more live. I don't have the technology to go live right now, so that'll be the Late Night Ops Not Live podcast. Maybe I should call it that. The Late Night Ops Not Live TV radio podcast. We'll probably film its first episode tonight and be uploaded in the morning. So that's with that, and you know, I was trying to think alright, so if Conan or Fallon felt like this right now, would they keep doing their show? Yeah, they would. But here's the thing. You know, you gotta take advantage of the fact that, you know, I gotta take care of myself, and, you know, they're on national TV, so it's a little different, but I try to keep that mentality of yeah, the show goes on, but I mean, when you're doing everything yourself, there's just no point in further hurting yourself. But you gotta always push yourself, but you gotta take care of yourself too. Cause it's almost like my body was saying, "Hey, something's not fucking right. You need to relax and reset." So I'm resetting. I live in, a Washington R word fucking house, and I might be just barely escaping being retarded. So shout out to being retarded. I'm trying to like not be retarded, and I've basically been told, practically been told that I am retarded most of my life based off my schooling and the classes I was in. But so sometimes you gotta think like, all right, do you believe what people say about you, or do you know who you are? And I'm striving, I'm trying not to be retarded. So I just want to live a proper life where I don't act. See, I don't mean to drop the R word, but it is a real word, and I think I might know somebody who could possibly be retarded, but like undiagnosed, or like however that works. I don't know if you can like grow up. I don't know if you can start normal and then grow up to be retarded, or how that works. I think it's basically a thing where someone's just like, they hate themselves and they're miserable and fucking all this stuff, and they just try to dig at you. So maybe they're not retarded, they're just fucking petty and sad. But I want to thank that person for showing me how to never fucking be. I never want to be a bitter fucking coward, fucking dirty piece of shit. So shout out to showing me the right way. Hey, shout out to Man on the Moon 3 finally coming out. Holy fuck. Talk about a long time coming. Go back to Man on the Moon. And I remember the first time I heard that album, and it really grew on me. It was so different, and it's one of those things where I got excited about it coming out, and when it dropped, I pretty much became obsessed with it. And then Man on the Moon 2 came out right during my bitter high school years. And I was out there waiting for the bus, and I would just be like, hey, I'm gonna opt out of school, and I would just go run into the woods. I'd go run into the woods and play Man on the Moon 2 and fucking be Mr. Rager out there. I learned at that time that thing where they say, like, if you're lost, well, yeah, I mean, you can't really tell where anything is, so I'm just walking and walking in the woods. Well, I did go in a circle. They say that. And I also seen this thing on, like, Mythbusters, where I tried to do this. If you're blindfolded, you can't walk. You can't walk in a straight line. And that's something fun and simple you can do right outside your door. And I did that over the summer, and it's pretty interesting. Just little cool things like that. I mean, shout out to Mythbusters. I think that was a show that's actually like fun and helps you learn, and that one like. Carrie is fucking hot on there, and they're all cool, and they're smart, so I don't mean to reduce her to that. She's also very smart and all that stuff, but I mean, they obviously had to like fit a pretty girl in there somewhere. But yeah, she's very, very intelligent, 10 times more intelligent than I am. And maybe even the people on that show. But yeah, shout out to that. Shout out to hoping the fucking library opens out soon. Because the ops is realizing that a library is basically like a free college. The library. And it sounds so stupid, like, oh, I gotta go to the library. Well, the ops had a library card for years, and I don't think I rented a book for like the first year I had it, but I would go in there and find like, television series that I'd never seen, and believe it or not, CDs. And then I opted into like books a little bit. And, I'm just not that good of I'm just not that good at reading information. Something about reading stuff, it doesn't click in my head. So, shout out to audiobooks. My favorite audiobook is Sarah Silverman's The Bedwetter. Very great book, and I think it's very cozy, and it's like Sarah reading you a fucking story. She has a very nice voice and all that kind of stuff. And shout out to Sarah being like, obviously she's very pretty and stuff, but I really don't look at her that way. I look at her more like, I don't know how to say it. I guess like a mother figure. She's very smart and sweet and wise. Shout out to her "Make It a Treat" motto. That really helped me out a lot, because man, the aunts be opting into a lot of fucking addictions. Like, I'll be like, hey, even something simple. Hey, coffee. Okay, I like it. Let me have 40 fucking cups in a day. So I mean, she talks about the way she smokes weed and how it's like one puff at night, and I think that's a good way. I mean, I need the option to that motto for cigarettes, but that's the thing. A cigarette really ain't like that. A cigarette is like calling your fucking name all day long. But I mean, as far as like making bad food a treat, making soda a treat, making smoking weed a treat, making just anything you feel somewhat, I guess, addicted to, make it a treat. So shout out to Sarah for being smart and also at the same time being funny. Alright, so I've been talking a lot about Marysville getting a theater again, and it looks like it's actually being built. And it's really, really, really old school looking. It's really beautiful. It's called the Avalon Theater. Huh. Live shows, annual events, films. So yeah, I mean, it looks like a theater's being built. I just hope, the old theater that was there, the only time I'd ever been there was in like 5th grade on a field trip. And I remember it had like three movies playing. So shout out to that. But, they have the new plans. I mean, it's still small, but the way it looks very classy and exciting, so I'm excited about that. Shout out to the fact that our mission to provide Uptown Marysville with a beautifully 1930s style cultural arts venue that will entertain, educate, and enrich the lives of Union County and beyond through quality arts experiences. Well, damn. This sounds 10 times better than an AMC, I think. I mean, I wish it'd be a little bigger, but if we just keep our little uptown crew, because uptown Marysville is very, very, very nice. It's very pretty. So shout out to the up fucking town. That's fucking awesome. And you know, I was thinking the old Kroger could be an AMC, because it'd be big, but I think I'm liking this more. The small ops is not so bad. Oh yeah. So I've also been talking about trying to research a fucking Columbus NFL team. Now look, I don't have fucking $10 billion fucking dollars. How much does it cost to start? I don't even think they'll have a number for this. The National Football League has been a staple of American sports since the 1920s. Back then, the franchising fee to start your own team was about $100. Some NFL teams are still owned by the same families who started the franchise. To buy an NFL team today, it can cost more than $1 billion. Holy fuck. Alright, well, I mean, if I go back 100 years in our family, I would have been saying, hey, start an NFL team and I'll take care of it in 2020. But for like $100, I mean, that's a steal. But yeah, it's current day, and an NFL team would cost $1 billion. But I'm not sitting here saying, I'm going to go fucking start an NFL team. But I'm saying, like, let's get the ball rolling. Cause why the fuck can't we have one? I think it's because, well, we would have 3 NFL teams. But, I mean, California used to have 3. New York does have 3. If you count the Bills, which they are in New York. And the population... I'm pretty sure Ohio is actually pretty high up population-wise. You wouldn't think. Yeah. Ohio is the 10th most populated state. No, 7th. 7th most populated state. California, 39 million. Texas, 28 million. Florida, 21 million. New York, 19 million. Pennsylvania, 12 million. Illinois, 12. Ohio, 11. Georgia, 10. And North Carolina, 10. Shout out to the least populated state, Wyoming, barely 1 million people. Barely 500,000 people. But I mean, that's the thing. Let's keep the West wild. I want to go there someday, and I want it to be beautiful and fucking open and free, and I like it that way. So I just hope in my lifetime that the American West doesn't turn into like a fucking population zone. Cause, you know, keep everybody on the coast, and, you know, I'll visit the coast and all that. But yeah, if we could keep the West wild, I would like that. So yeah, shout out to the last Columbus NFL team from 1901. The Panhandles. Why the fuck are we called the Panhandles anyway? What is a panhandle? A panhandle, a narrow strip of territory projecting the main territory of one state into another. Um, so, you know that little like extra part of Florida? I guess that'd be it. And the little extra part of Oklahoma. Shout out to how the fuck did they decide that? Alright, so our state's gonna go and then your state's gonna go, and then, you know, we'll get all with it, and then once we get out west, let's just square them up. Just square them up. But I mean, hey, it keeps it simple. So, shout out to that. So, let's keep the West fucking wild. Shout out to the fucking Panhandle. Shout out to the Panhandle sounding like an R retarded operation. Yeah, the Panhandle. But maybe that's just me being ignorant and, you know, I might get in trouble for saying retarded, but it's all with love. So anyway. Shout out to the UK for being the first people to get the vaccine in. Shout out to this very fucking cute old lady who got her shot. I seen on the news, and it just makes you happy. Like, I just hope I can make it that far. And, yeah. But it's exciting to see, and it's nice to see that, hey, this marks the beginning of the end of this bullshit. I mean, it's almost hard to imagine even a life without this fucking virus, and I mean, I think these are the craziest, weirdest times I've ever lived through. You know, we had a pussy coward president, and then you know, he fucked up everything, and, and then we got this virus, and just everything's feeling like it's in fucking turmoil. Shout out to not knowing what that means. Turmoil. A state of great disturbance, confusion, or uncertainty. Yeah, so shout out to the fucking turmoil 2020s. Shout out to it being COVID-19 in the 2020s. But I think that's because they must have known, like, late or something. I don't know. So shout out to that. Yeah. Hey, quick shout out. I learned about this guy today, and maybe I'm fucking stupid for not knowing this guy in the first place, but shout out to a retarded school system. Hey, it's almost like if you get called retarded a lot, then you can just say it. So, Chuck Yeager passed away. Yeager. I hope I'm saying that right. Read aloud.
Chuck Yeager.
What? I didn't get the last part. Hold on.
Chuck Yeager.
Yeah. Alright, shout out to Chuck Yeager.
Test pilot.
Yes. He is a retired United States Air Force officer, flying ace and recorded setting test pilot in 1947. He became the first pilot in history confirmed to have exceeded the speed of sound in flight. So can you imagine that? You're like, hey, so what would happen if I took a fucking plane and flew faster than the speed of sound? And you know, in fucking 1947, you'd probably be thinking like, hey, am I gonna pass out? Is my face gonna melt? Or what's gonna happen? Or not melt, but like like fly off your face. And you know, it seems like he's a very very good example of like a strong leader, a good man. He lived a full life. and I feel kind of ignorant. I feel kind of bad for not knowing who he was. So shout out to NBC News, or no, actually shout out to the Today Show for teaching me that, and they have a lot of like aviation things on there. I think I would like to learn. I think the ultimate thing I'd be scared of, but would like to learn, would be how to fly a plane. But yeah, I mean, that's I don't even know. I don't know. I'd say that's like an ultimate fear. But flying, I mean, not only just being on a plane, but fucking flying it. I don't know. That sounds very scary. But maybe at some point I would try, but it would take money. I would love to learn. I just can't imagine any feeling more free than flying your own plane. I mean, you're fucking soaring above everything. And you're looking down, and you know, people are doing their fucking mundane lives, and I mean, not everybody, but we're all here for a reason. So shout out to the people that are alive, not just literally, but they're awake to the fact that life is fucking short. Life is really short, and nights like last night where I had a fucking, I guess, a migraine, but I also felt just awful. You know, I start getting dramatic about it in my head. I'm like, what if I felt like this forever? And it really scares me. And you know, the ops was up at 4 this morning because I fell asleep at like 7. I missed the Tonight Show, which I kind of feel bad about because they're about to go on Christmas break. And I'd like to at least catch up on, you know, the last episodes before Christmas break and before they go away for a while. Because, yeah, the Tonight Show is like just something bright, something good at the end of the day, and it's just like a closer to my day. So I really like that. But yeah, I mean, I gotta get with, you know, if it was a fact of the matter of like people were like waiting for a show from me, I would probably try to push through. But yeah, I mean, self-care is just as important as fucking healthcare. So shout out to maybe not having healthcare, but I got my self-care. So hopefully that's enough. And yeah, I mean, the ops is aware that smoking cigarettes is not self-care. It's kind of a coping mechanism. And it's a big reason why I always opt out on thinking about exercise. Smoking cigs and working out. Let's see if it kind of cancels it. It is just as dangerous as inhaling from the cigarette. It can cause bodybuilders to have irritation to the eyes, nose, throat, increase acute respiratory illness, headaches, dizziness, sickness, coughing, wheezing, asthma, allergies, increased risk of CHD, and reduce levels. I think they mean more your body. Smoking also harms each exercise session. It causes shortness of breath and nausea. Reduced exercise positive impact on physical fitness. Reduce endurance, increase blood, constricting blood vessels, and makes a heartbeat more erratic. So yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good excuse. See, the ops isn't about, the ops wants to be thin. But the ops ain't really trying to lose weight exactly. But yeah, I mean, it pretty much seems like you can't smoke and exercise. I mean, I used to go on, I was going on these like really long walks, like couple mile walks, and I'd pack me up a fucking couple cigarettes and go on a walk. I think overall it's good, but I mean, I wasn't running, and I sure can't run. I used to be able to run, but not so much anymore. And yeah. I mean, I can blame cigarettes, but it really is just about getting out there and yeah, I mean, fuck. It's hard to breathe already. So shout out to that. I mean, I think you gotta think of ways to like make exercise fun. Uh, despite all the gay jokes, I like roller skating. I think it's fun. And it's like Bill Burr says, everybody was into roller skating, and then one gay joke, and everybody stops. So yeah, I like rollerblading. I think it's pretty fun and all, but there's just not a lot of areas to do it here. So yeah, but I mean, biking too. I could try biking. I had a bike when I lived in Grove City. It was fun because, you know, you got the option to just like go out the door, ride your fucking bike down to the gas station, to the library. That's fun. But yeah, I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do, and I think a bike is probably the number one way because, I mean, you're moving, you're seeing around, you're going fast. I got my bike for like $15 at a Goodwill, and I painted it gold. And then when I moved out and came back to this fucking place, which I'm thankful for, blah blah blah. I am very thankful for it. Just not certain things, but I'm striving. So yeah, I came back to here, and then before we left, I was like, well, fuck. I just like left it for a kid there. Because I mean, he's a city person, so he can fucking use it. And maybe I should have brought it, but I'm just like, fuck. I can get another bike, and that fucker probably already had a bike, but. So shout out to that. Shout out to being a hypocrite. I want to smoke. See, a cigarette is a great, it just seems like a great, like, social thing. And even though my social person is a fucking camera, you know, it gets the conversation flowing. Hey, shout out to, so, I started, like, Snapchatting this person, and I was looking at the maps, and it's pretty fucking crazy how in detail Snapchat map is. I mean, fuck. It looks like they did better than fucking Apple Maps. Shout out, is Apple Maps even a thing still? Yeah. Well, I won't fault them too hard. That was a new thing, and it is hard to just go around and take fucking pictures of the whole earth. So shout out to Google for doing that first. But yeah. Shout out to breakdancing is now an Olympic sport for 2024. So is skateboarding, which I couldn't believe that wasn't already. And I think that said surfing, which I'm surprised none of those are. They should already be. Because, I mean, if fucking, I'm not disrespecting, but I think it's curling. I mean, it's basically like, I mean, send a fucking, yo, I've handled some fucking mops in my life. I mean, it basically feels like mopping really fast. You're like scraping the ice to make it go faster, I guess. Or slide faster. So yeah, I mean, it just, It basically feels like a sport where you're like trying to mop something up that's like stuck there. So shout out to that. Alright guys, well, hey, this is the Late Night Ops TV. We're striving over here, despite situations, we're striving. So shout out to that. The Late Night Ops I gotta drop the line from saying that. The Late Night Ops TV radio podcast hour, that'll be filmed tonight. And I guess uploaded in the morning because, you know, we got fucking caveman internet, so I can't do it here. I can't drive to town twice. So you'd be surprised at all the bullshit I gotta fucking operate through. That's why it's the operations, because it may seem simple, like, oh, Aaron made a video. Aaron did a podcast. Well, I'm going through fucking hoops just to get this shit up. And it's because it's the only thing I want to do is, like, live how I want. Because I don't think I could fucking live with myself any other way. I can't do it. I can't fucking do it. I can't. I have to live the way I want, or I'd rather literally be fucking dead. So I'm on some dreams or die trying, and I'm not really that concerned about being rich, but I want to be okay. I want to have enough money to take care of myself and my eventual family. And if I'll live by my means, and if I do get rich, guess what? I'm going to take care of a lot of fucking people. Take care of a lot of things I believe in. I don't think I'd be greedy. I don't really want much. I just want a nice place to live. Good food, health, and peace. Most of all, I'm striving to get to a place where I can be myself and find peace. And even though this is a nice seeming setup I have, it's nice in here. I'll just say that. Because the ops feels like he might be living in hell. But that's the thing. You won't take my fucking sun away, because the sunshine is in my heart and in my mind. And guess what? And in my shit, it's always fucking sunny. Well, definitely not, but I mean, it's always trying to be sunny. Trying to see the sun, because the clouds will poke into your life and in your head, and you just gotta be like, hey, get the fuck out of it. So keep the sun, keep the light, keep the love, keep the hope, keep the dreams, keep your health, and, you know, never stop. The ops don't stop, so you shouldn't either. But the ops doesn't need to stop smoking. But damn, I see it as like one of the simple joys of life. So it's kind of like gambling, taking a risk. But I don't know if I want to gamble with my life, but you know, it's a hell of a thing. I would thank you for watching, and gonna get this going, and then start planning for the Late Night Ops TV radio hour podcast. So I'm excited about that. Excited about just striving, and I can just see myself and what I want to be, and I just won't let nothing stop me. Except maybe that. Cigarettes. But gosh. I would thank you for watching. Shout out to the fucking Redskins. Shout out to the fucking Chuck Yeager. Yeah, Chuck Yeager. Shout out to him. Shout out to fucking the UK for doing vaccines. Shout out to Man on the Moon 3. Shout out to a Columbus NFL team. Shout out to the Avalon Marysville. Shout out to the 2020 Olympics and the 2024 Summer Games. And yeah, opt into the day. Opt into the opportunities. Because if you don't opt out of bed, then nothing fucking happens. So keep striving. The ops is fighting. And you can too. So live life exactly how you want. And the ops will see you with the podcast in the morning. Thank you for watching, and the ops will see you tonight. Actually, well, you know what I mean. New schedule. And it makes me think of, like, I don't want to be too scheduled out, because I've been scheduling myself too specifically. And I think it'd be good to have structure, but also have a little bit of freedom. But that's the thing. You know, Lorne Michaels says, I guess, like, comedy is timing. Well, TV is timing. And if you're not taking time seriously, then, I mean, it's pretty hard to operate any other way. Yeah. So yeah, everybody take care, and opt into your opportunities, opt into your fucking destiny, and let's get it on. So shout out, take care, I'll see you.